All right. I don't know if the lights on. Here, you get this one so I can hear you. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Then we want to swap. Good evening, everybody. I don't know. Thank you for joining us, Marquita, Jarrett.
What's up, everybody?
Here. I was gonna turn off some of the lights, trying to get this text or stuff situated. I know it's Tuesday. That's right. We just came from a game. It's just a little bright light. We came from a game. We just finished like their last game for the season, so whew, that's over. They did a good job. How's everybody's day? How was everybody's weekend? Hey, let me see who's trying to Shima, Rakia, Christina. Good evening. So yeah, if you guys saw the teaser earlier, do know that tonight we're going to be um, piggybacking off of last week's conversation where we talked about the dreaded in-laws. Hi, Venetia. So last week, hey Erica, Dark talked about his experience, and so this week I'm going to talk about just so we can have that balance.
All right, what's up, everybody? Oh, okay. Is that better? All right. What's good, everybody? Shima. Hey,
Hello.
Shima. Very quickly, can you all help me out? What's up, Glenn? And tell us one of these things here is more dominant than the other. Yeah, I turned it down. So tell us which one of us has the dominant one.
How you doing? You need to go up. Can y'all hear us?
Marquita needs the dominant one. So tell us which one has the dominant one. Yours. All right, better.
You just have a what's it called? Microphone.
Someone said they
Hey
love your hair.
Alicia. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that better? Is that better? Is this thing on? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? Or am I still low? Do I need to project? Okay, it's better.
Okay, bet.
Well, talk. Make sure they can hear you.
They can hear me. I'm sure. So what's good? What's good, everybody? Yes, we do have our Christmas tree up.
Okay, great.
um, yeah, we are actually. If you actually moved to the side of a set, you can see a whole bunch of junk back
Yeah.
there. We pulled all of our Christmas stuff out, and we're getting ready for the holidays. We don't
Mm-hmm.
normally do it this early, um, but hey, why not?
I know. I couldn't wait for Halloween to be over.
And so the Christmas tree is actually in its first stage. It's
Yeah.
got a good number of stuff that has to still has to go on it.
Mm-hmm.
But so are you all decorating now? Is Christmas? Is it too early to put Christmas
I mean,
decorations up?
we have a couple of little fall Thanksgiving decor, couple of little things, but
Well, it looks
Christmas
like you
is
behind me.
my my season. It's the time of the year. But actually, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. But Christmas is everything to me.
Rakia
Okay,
says
she
she'll
said
wait.
she'll wait. How long do you guys leave your Christmas tree up? When do you take it down though? Because you have some people. We have some people that they wait
Alicia
until
said
the
she
end of the
pulled out her
year.
tree, but that's it.
We pulled it out when yesterday
This morning.
or this morning. Yeah, and we got it done. Hey, Tamika. Yeah, Shima said she wait till after Thanksgiving.
And
Ricky
most
is
people
like,
do.
she
You know
takes
what I
she take
mean?
yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah, people say they take that down after New Year's Eve, January. Okay, sometime in January. Good evening, Tamika.
What up,
Hey, how
James?
you
Pastor
doing?
James, Manny.
I was like, that's Manny.
Yeah. What's good, man? What's good? All right, so it's something I wanted to ask everybody. Um,
Hmm.
Oh, so listen. What's up, Joel? Listen. So
Hey, bro.
Sunday we aired our episode three
Yes.
of our couples mini series, episode three, and I mean, it's going crazy. Everybody's talking about it. People are still talking about it and sending that particular couple all types of
Messages.
messages
Yeah.
and thank
Encouragement,
yous
inspiration. Yeah.
and so, if you have not gone on YouTube, how to make love work, how to make love work, and watch the episodes. There are three. Marquita and I, we tell our story. We all striped
Okay.
vertically. I mean, horizontally
Horizontal.
striped tonight. Marquita and I tell our story, and then there's a very beautiful couple, Jasmine and Cedric. They tell
Hmm.
their story, and then actually this week Sunday, gone. Rudy and Taffy tell their story. I'm talking about,
Hmm.
and what I like about this, honestly, there are people like us.
Yeah.
And that's probably why we were able to gel because they are people who are honest and transparent,
Hmm.
and they're telling the actual truth about about their relationship, about their marriage. Marriage is work.
Marriage is work. You got to work on it. You got to work in it. You got to work through things. It is work.
Yeah, it's not an easy task.
But it's rewarding. It is rewarding. It's very rewarding. Great evening.
What up,
Hey, how you
Josh?
doing? Yes, we just went live. You
Just went
called
out.
us.
You haven't missed anything yet. Miss Shirley is on.
Hey,
Jerome,
we
what's
missed
up,
you last
Jerome?
week.
Yeah, we missed Miss Shirley last week. Jessica talked about you last week.
No, she didn't. She said she loves you.
All right.
Messy.
So, but yeah. So listen, I just need everybody to make sure that you head over there and subscribe to our How to Make Love Work YouTube channel.
Mhm.
YouTube channel. What's up,
Hey, Mr.
Mr. Emmanuel?
Emmanuel.
And happy
Good
belated
evening.
birthday to you.
Happy belated birthday.
Also, last thing before we get into tonight's subject is we have something going on now where it's called an event called Tell Us Your Story, right?
Yes, tell us your story.
Tell us your love story. We want couples to
Hey, Crystal.
connect with us and tell us your love story, and we're going to pick the top three stories that we won't pick them. We will allow the audience to pick them, and we're going to be airing them live soon enough. But you have until I believe November the 16th. If
Is
I'm
it
am I
16 or
right?
13?
13th.
We'll confirm it and post it.
Yeah. But if you want you and your companion, whether you're married or not, to tell your story, then make sure that we will put the link on here to sign up to do that. And basically, what that means, just sit in front of a camera just like this and just tell us your story.
Right.
That's
And
it.
just be comfortable,
Yeah.
talk about it. Just let everybody know this is how we started.
Again, married or not married, you're dating,
Hmm.
you're engaged, heterosexual, homosexual. Just tell us your story.
All those other letters.
Yeah, we want to hear your story, and then we're going to be picking the top three. Gifts are going to be given: first prize, second prize, third prize. We actually have extended the deadline until November, I think 14th or 13th, something like that. And so we will put that information out because we want you all to make sure that you get involved with what's going on.
Hmm.
All right,
Hey, Chantel.
all right, all right, bet. So I think it's time to jump in.
Dive in. Mm.
It's time to dive
It's
in.
time to dive in.
All right,
Okay.
so yeah.
Hey, Miss
So
Didi. You see other people. Wow.
last week, we started the conversation about the dreaded in-laws,
Hmm.
in-laws, trying to juggle two families together and mesh with another family's culture
Hmm.
and got it?
Yeah, my ears itching.
And combine all these blended families together and get along and fare well is
Here it goes.
it's a very interesting dance, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes that dance doesn't go well,
Right.
and sometimes it does. So I talked about mine last week. You all said you wanted a part two, so here is part two after. I'm sorry, sweetie. After well, I'll say this, and if we have time, we'll go back to it. We got word in our office that there was someone who reached out to us and had a question, and we want you to do that. So if you have questions, definitely reach out to us. The question was, when is it?
Oh yeah. When it's okay to walk away.
Oh yeah, when is it
Mm-hmm.
okay to walk away
Mm-hmm.
from a relationship? Um, we may get time to talk about that, but I wanted to just put that out there. The question was, I wanted to acknowledge that the question came in. We
Mm-hmm.
were told about it. The question is, when is it okay to walk away from a relationship? We're not going to chime in on our opinion about that yet, but if we have time in this hour only segment live tonight,
Ooh,
then we'll get to it. All right?
you talking about me? Hour only?
No, no, no. That's not a dig uh, to you. All right, go ahead, baby.
Okay. All right. So, guys, let's pick up where we left off. It has been my experience with my husband's side of the family. It's been adventurous. That's the word that I'll use. Adventurous. Of course, everybody, doesn't have all good, all bad. You don't even have that in your own family. So yeah, I would say it's been quite adventurous. Before we got married, I was excited. I was happy. Getting to know different people, their personalities.
Can I ask you a
it-
question?
yeah.
What did you think uh, coming into my family, knowing that I was a preacher's kid and my dad was a pastor, first lady was, this whole, you know, church life, first family. What was your honest thought about that?
I didn't think any different or like any like I wasn't nervous or anything because I grew up in church. I grew up around the church. I knew the pastor's kids and I mean it was okay. Your dad is a preacher, just like your dad was an electrician. Okay, that
Okay.
didn't bother me. Yeah, I knew I was a church girl, so I was like, okay, we gonna be in church.
Yeah. But we're not
Um,
gonna let you just belittle that. Or electrician.
Belittle.
Or
Oh boy,
he's not
stop
an
the
electrician.
madness! Stop the
He's pastor.
madness!
Anyway, go ahead.
It wasn't like scary, so to speak, for me. Um, it was regular. I grew up around it, so yeah. So anyway, like I said, coming into it, just dating, it was exciting, just getting to know new people, seeing how they interact, seeing their personalities, learning their jokes, all that kind of stuff. It was exciting, and just learning the way that my in-laws did things. Even my husband learned watching him around his family and the way he behaved, the way they behaved with him, the stuff that he did. Like for instance, if we were driving, he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna stop in here real quick," and then real quick turn into 5 minutes, and 5 minutes turn into 10 minutes, and I'm like, "Ooh, yeah, he in there for a long time." But of course, I haven't been there like this. So I'm not just gonna go knock on the door. Hey, boy, I'm out here in the car. But he would come out, and I was like, "Why you do that?" But in his mind, I'm just stopping by, get something, see my parents, and I'll be right out. And I didn't understand that. I was upset about that for a while. Because I was like, what the heck? You just leave me out in the car? But I had to learn the dynamics of the family. I had to learn like just what we do and what we don't do. And then I wasn't like wife yet. And then to realize that they held high positions in the reformation that they're in. So, I mean, we were trying to make sure this thing was still going to work before I can just come in and barge into their personal space. Your home is your safe haven, and you don't want any and everybody, trapping up and through there. And though we were dating, he still had to be protective over that safe space. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Part of that was just me.
Mm,
I'm just a private guy.
mm,
And so I just didn't. I chose when to bring people around and when not to bring people around. You were even when we were in Atlanta, you would visit the church,
mm-hmm.
and with my very goofy self, I gave you very clear instructions. When church is over, I'll meet you at
Just
the car.
Mhm.
because I don't need everybody in my business. They don't need to know we're together, or they don't need to know that you're here with me, or period, until I want them to know that. So I was just private. So it wasn't that, it wasn't have anything to do with protecting my family. It was
Mm.
just me being my private self.
Okay. So, I guess what I would say, aside from it being adventurous, would be, it was a learning experience. It took a minute for me to kind of really, I guess, learn everyone and find my place, so to speak. I was That was my biggest thing. I felt like my in-laws should be like my family because, like I said, I grew up around church folks. I went to the pastor's house, hung out. So it wasn't a big thing to me, so to speak, where I have to make sure you do this, make sure you do that. You don't do this, you don't do that. Carry yourself such and such, as if you were going like to the queen or to the what is it, the palace or anything like that. So I just kind of was my regular self, and I had to realize and understand my regular self. Everybody don't know me, so they have to get to know me, and I can't just come at them like, hey everybody, what's going on? I can't do that with everybody because that's just it can be off-putting to some people, and then just others it could be welcoming, or it's just, oh, that's just us. So I had to learn to pretty much not just with my in-laws, but just everyone. Also, he was a pastor, so I had to learn how to tread lightly, and learn people and watch them and look at their experiences and just observe everything. It took a minute for me to be accepting of just people's personalities or anything like that because I guess I just expected my in-laws to be like my family and treat me like my family treat me. Let me fall into my place because this is where I am. And I guess those were unrealistic expectations or false
Not
expectations.
necessarily, but you're very general. We don't. I mean, story time. What are you talking
Oh
about?
God.
You've been very
Story time. I'm trying to set the
set it
stage.
up, set
Oh
it
my
up.
God. Look, I got my little talking point. I had to set my stage. I don't know. I guess like even with holidays
So
and
let me say this. Marquita and I are very different.
yeah,
I'm direct, and what she say? I missed
I
the
just
whole thing. No,
no
you had missed the whole
we
thing because she haven't quite said anything yet. But I'm direct, and open book transparency. Um, Marquita is not so direct.
Mm-mm.
She's open book, but not so direct.
Mm.
Um, so that's what you're gonna get. But we're getting it. We're just trying to dig in. But go ahead.
I mean, what y'all want to know? Let me see. What can I talk about?
So you saying how you couldn't just fall in? You talking about my family? You talking about in general?
I'm talking about your family. I couldn't just fall into your family, like fall in place. Like I have a place in my family,
Uh,
but in your family, I don't have. I can't be in that place. That space is already taken up by someone else.
what space is that?
Just I mean, I can't even. I don't know what to call it. What to term it.
Nor do we.
I don't know what to term it, but it's just I don't know. I could. I just
So what
didn't.
was your expectation?
My expectation was to be Kita, whatever that
So are you
means.
saying that you cannot be that
Right.
with
I'm
my
saying that I
family?
cannot be Kita.
So explain what Kita is and what
Kita
you are only
is
allowed to be with my family.
um with your family. I'm Jared's wife. It is
So how is that different from Kita?
Kita is, in my opinion, more. I'm treated as if I'm one of the relatives. I am a child, so to speak.
Ricky said she got you.
Thank you,
Go ahead.
Rakita.
What now?
My Kita is treated like this is one of my children. This is my niece, or this is my child. This is my
Okay.
grandbaby. This I'm regular.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to do my best, y'all. Y'all chime in, help me out. I gotta be politically
Okay, so we
correct.
got that. Now, with my family, you are.
Jared's wife.
What does that mean?
You have to like. I don't know. I guess you just not. I'm not. I don't want to say accept it more. Like as if like my family accepts me. That's just Keita, so to speak. Um, I am like you like something as simple as uh just hey, I'm just calling to check on you, hang out, blah blah blah. I wouldn't get that from or like my family. We talk all the time, every day, all day long.
Hmm.
I don't do that with your family. We don't
Okay, so
talk
so I guess we can
often
help
like
you out.
that.
Rakia says you're comfortable, I guess, with your family. You aren't trying to please anyone. I guess it means your
Yes.
family.
Yeah.
Twyla, hey Twyla says, I know exactly what you're saying. This is a great topic because in-laws. Okay, got it.
That's Joshua. Hey Josh.
Yeah. Oh, Josh, what's up,
Yeah.
Josh?
Hey Josh.
All right. Do you have to walk on eggshells
Yes.
with my family?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are times where I've said something or done something and it was misconstrued, and blown, in my opinion, out of proportion, or maybe I didn't convey it clearly, or maybe
That's
just
right. You straighten up and fly white. You coming over here? All
anyway.
right. So you got to walk on eggshells. Maybe she didn't feel welcome. Kita is open and
Hey
free. Hey,
girl.
Shaquana, First Lady. So you don't feel as free with my family.
Right. Like okay, Mr. Vaughn says, you being Jared's wife, how do you connect with his family? I connect through my husband. Pretty much. I mean I go around and speak and whatever is asked of me, okay, if you need me to do this, I do that. I can, but to a certain extent. Because I know my husband and then I know me and I know I don't want to feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
Taking advantage of? Who taking
Right.
advantage of you?
I'm just saying I don't want to feel like I'm being taken
How would you
advantage
feel like
of.
you're taking advantage of?
Because if I have a good that I can offer to someone,
Hmm.
I would feel, or I have been made to feel like, well, that's just let my kid do it. Just do it. Just go do this or go do that. And then I have to, and I'm like, it's no big deal to me. I don't mind doing something. And you like, no, wait a minute, you go do it yourself. That type of stuff.
All
And
right.
I don't want to be in that pool, in that tug of war. It's a lot coming on. Wait a minute, do you feel accepted by Jared's family? I feel accepted as Jared's wife. And I feel, yeah, that's it. I guess
Yes
that's
or
my
no?
truth. Yes, I feel accepted
But you don't
to
feel accepted as fully Kita.
right.
But I don't even call you Kita either, so I guess I don't accept you as
No, but
Kita
he
either.
got it tattooed on him though. But he got Keita tattooed on him. He don't call me Keita, but Keita tattooed on him.
Irika, what's going
Hey
on?
girl.
All right, so
Yes.
you don't feel it fully accepted
No.
as the
But I would
full 100% version of Kita
not by
that
everyone. I
in my
mean,
family.
right, not by everyone. I mean, I would say my peaks, so to speak. Um, that I just feel like I can let my hair down with, and I can be that person, and not feel judged or not feel as if I'm doing something wrong or talk or feel like okay, this is gonna be a topic.
All right, so wait a minute. Shaquana says, so you are Jared's wife and not a daughter. Is that how you feel?
Right, right. Something as simple as okay, let's take a family picture. With it'll be said, okay, we're taking a family picture, but the family means the immediate family, not the
Jeff, what
in-laws.
up,
Hey,
Jeff?
girl, not the in-laws, not the grandchildren.
Hey
The
man, we
saying
say family. Don't
me,
all these all these newcomers.
the family is like me, my four and no more type thing. And I feel awkward. I feel awkward when you do stuff like that.
When I do stuff like that.
No, not you. I'm just saying when stuff like that is done, it makes me feel like I'm Jared's wife. Stay in that lane.
Wait a minute, we got a testimony here. Rakia says it was weird because when we dated, she liked me.
But when we got married,
That
that
thing
thing
switched
switched
up.
up.
Was that your case?
That's how.
I think they've been the same all the way through.
No, no, wait, that's not, no, no, because even with the whole, wedding situation. It was okay once we were dating, but once they found out you was gonna marry me, wait a minute, we don't know her, and John's gonna do what?
So all right, so let me explain some of that. One, every family that we talked about it last week has its own culture.
Mhm.
And like it or not, if you are attaching yourself to somebody in that family through marriage or whatever, you are an outsider.
Mhm.
And and that family has a particular culture.
Right.
And so you have to, not have to, but you are expected to fall into the culture that already exists, right? Even with my family specifically, I've always, especially for the women in my family, I've always been very connected to my mom, my grandma, my sisters, and not only just connected to them, but I catered to them. I took care of them in my own little way, and I treated them and whatever. And so, and I've always had some girlfriend somewhere, somehow, throughout most of my life, which is cool, but I've always taken care of them.
Was that necessary?
I'm
Oh,
saying
you
you,
painting
you
the
you
picture?
were not different. I mean, you were not.
Clean it up.
It wasn't like having a woman in my life was odd, but to marry a woman and take away whatever attention I was giving to them
Mhm.
and exclusively give it to you, it wasn't, that's not the easiest thing to do
Mhm.
for the family to contend with.
Mhm.
And so that's what the case was in my family.
Okay.
What's up?
Let's look at. It's a whole bunch of stuff coming in while you chatting.
Josh say nice save.
Yeah.
I can have nothing about
Hey,
them looks.
Joshua. Ah! Okay. Oh,
You going too
uh,
fast. You going too back.
go back this way. I
No.
didn't see it. Okay.
I've been there in our early years. It took
Mhm.
time for them to learn me and to adjust to me. That was Shaquana.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Someone say your perception is different. Marquita said your perception is different, Pastor.
What was that, Twyla?
Yeah, she said my family treats my husband like he was there from day one, not like an outsider at all.
Yeah.
Pastor J, you are speaking the truth. That's how it was for us as well.
Hmm.
Lady M, do you get along with his sisters? Did they make it seem like you were taking him away from them? Actually, we just had a conversation with my one of your sisters. She has told me that was like maybe 2 weeks ago. Maybe she told me she felt like wait a minute, you taking my brother away because he was like her baby. She loved him. Um, but she never I never she never let on, so to speak, that she felt that way, because her actions were just totally different. Like, well, I'm who he chose, so let me get to know her for myself. And we are like this, like that's like my sister. So it's funny that you asked that question. We literally just had that conversation.
So the
So
question is
yes,
the answer.
I get along with my husband's sisters. We had not always gotten along, but yeah, I get along with his sisters.
She's very close to one of my sisters and not so close to the other sister.
Hmm.
um, because of the difference that you just talked about. One, I'm sure they probably both had that mindset, and one mindset could have been you taking my brother away. Another mindset is you're an outsider and you're intruding on what we have, the whole family has, and we'll see if we like you or we'll see if we don't like you. I think that was the other uh, standpoint, and then it's almost like an initiation.
Hmm.
Now, if you're gonna come in, here's the initiation. Like you're gonna fall into who's the boss around here, and you're gonna serve, and pretty much you gotta stand the test of time that we like you and that we accept you,
Hmm.
and that's everybody's family.
Yeah, I would say
Period.
so. I would say so.
That's yours to me
Hmm.
as well, and mine to you.
Yep, because in the case with my family, they're gonna fill you out. They're gonna crack jokes. They're gonna question you. But then with him being a pastor, the kids say, "But why? You've chosen her."
Is that a question for me, or you need to talk to
She said, "Talking to
your
you."
family? I mean, your in-laws. Uh, but I mean, I can't answer. I mean, I think that's just culture. That's just culture.
I think and I think it's unconsciously for most people.
Yeah.
They got it's almost like big brothers looking over big little sisters or something like. Let me feel you out and make sure you straight. I like you for my sister, so to speak. I think that's
It's
pretty much
territory.
territorial. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. You're coming in on territory, and
For a
so
lot of families, that's true.
people react differently when they feel that someone is in
Invading
infringing or invading their territory. Some embrace it, and but if you feel like you're being invaded or the territory is being invaded
or
and
threatened.
you're maybe
Hmm.
a threat or you maybe not be good enough or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be,
Hmm.
then you're going to have some pushback, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Hmm.
What did I say?
Hmm.
All right, let's see
What
what
did
Josh
Josh
said.
say? Whew. Josh says having seven sisters, this can definitely happen. The first instinct is to protect. Over the years, they come to accept you. Yep, they come to
Yeah,
accept you.
yeah, yeah,
Well, we that's the prayer, that's the goal.
yeah, yeah. But that
There,
acceptance can come through some straight up drama.
yes,
But go ahead,
indeed.
wherever you were trying to go.
So I was gonna say in regards to my family, with my husband, from my perception, um, they just gave me to him, child. He was a minister. And he asked, I said, y'all don't even know this man. He done asked y'all for my hand in marriage. Y'all say, yeah, y'all met him one time.
But you know what? I'm glad you said that. Wait a minute. Can I pause for a second?
Go ahead, go
You
ahead.
know, like you said, I asked your family for your hand in marriage.
Yes.
I went to the men in your life
Mm-hmm.
who were your patriarch, which is your
Say,
grandfather, and your uncle,
mm,
who's like your
my
dad to
dad.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked for their hand in marriage,
My hand.
or your hand in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the question. So I came in and I shook their hand. I showed
Mm-hmm.
them my humble respect and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen on the women's side.
No, because you
Not saying
taking
that
me
it
from
should,
them. The man is usually taking the woman from
but
them.
it's the same thing. You're taking him from that
But not all
family.
necessary. I mean, go back to the Bible times. They took the woman, you coming with me and my
I
family.
get that, but what I'm saying is that the fact that your family, I actually had a sit down with them. I talked
Yes.
with them
Uh-huh.
to be accepted in the family.
Mm-hmm.
You're just there.
I'm
I'm
just
not
there.
saying that
I'm
women.
just there when.
You just showed up.
Oh,
I just brought you. You just showed up. So you didn't have that sit down and hey, I am introduction. Like I guess what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's. I'm talking about something that's so non-traditional, but perhaps that is perhaps why it is a little better accepted. Like Cedric talked about how he sat down and shook their hand and asked their hand in marriage,
mm-hmm.
and but on the opposite side, I know people are probably like, "What are you talking about?" But on the opposite side, you're just there.
I'm not just there. You courted
Just
me,
yeah, but they
and
don't know that.
you courted me, and you brought me around them. Eventually, you started bringing me around, and then you asked. Yes, you asked my family for my hand in marriage, but then I guess you did. You told your family that you were going to marry me,
She's talking about you, boy. You should let her out of the car sooner.
Rakia. Rakia.
I'm just talking. Go ahead. Go ahead. What'd she say?
What are y'all? Oh God! So my head went back quick. I was like, what? Oh
Go
my
ahead.
goodness. So yes,
Hmm?
I'm thinking. So yeah, no, I didn't just show up now. I just you courted me, you dated me, and then but I didn't have to sit down. That would be non-traditional, I guess, to go sit and say, hey, listen, he want to marry me, and I want to marry him. So
So here it says right here.
kept up.
Jocelyn says, "I was accepted by my husband's family
Uh-huh.
along with my boys.
Mm-hmm.
Laugh out loud. I was interrogated by his sisters and brothers, and
Ooh.
and my
And about my intentions.
go ahead. on being with their baby brother.
Right.
Now, my mother-in-law was very observing and so welcoming. Now, my mom gave my husband a hard time, but now she loves me and adore him. They talk on the phone, have conversations all the time. It's the same with his siblings. I've allowed, he claimed they be on the phone more with me than with him. My husband, nieces, and nephews call me auntie, which puts a huge smile on my face because some of them are older than me and some same age. I love my extended family and my family adore him on my mom and dad's side.
That's good. And that's how it should be. That's what's up. I like it. So we can say you kept me a secret, true love.
No, so that was who was that? Joshua. So
Hmm.
that's great.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that's great. That doesn't necessarily happen.
Oh, I was they don't bust up.
No, no, no. I'm
Oh.
saying that that doesn't necessarily happen all the time.
Yeah. Because you have people that say, "Oh no, those aren't my in-laws. That's mother in love, and that's father in love," and I'm like, "Wow."
Because people are different.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't want to talk to her family on the phone
Mm-mm.
at
All the
all, probably,
time. Jesus.
unless I have to. I don't talk to anybody on the phone, to be quite honest with
I,
you, unless I have to.
he's
So
just peculiar.
yeah, I don't want to be. I I love my in-laws, but I don't need to be buddy buddy with them all the time. So
That's
I'm
just,
just
and he's like that, and I don't take offense to it because he's like that with everybody, even his own family. He's that's just my
all right. Go back.
child.
All right, go back to what you were
That's
talking
my
about.
boo.
Go back to what
That's
you were
just
talking
my
about.
child. That's just how he is. Woo! It took me a while. I had to grow to accept that. I don't like talking unless I have to do it. I agree. That's Arika. So let's see. I'm gonna give y'all an example. With my family, I had to learn to grow in certain areas with having my husband around. Because like I said, I will fall in place. What is going on? What is there, Jar? I will
Nothing.
fall back into place. And just be Keita. And that didn't mean Keita with the husband and children, just whatever y'all need. I'm here. And I had to realize, okay, I got a whole husband. Then I had to realize, Lord, I got a whole family that's connected to me. And I can't not be considerate of them because I'm too busy being Keita over here and
With your
being with
family.
my family. So there's a situation. There was Black Friday one year. It was years ago. Did I have both my children?
Hmm.
Okay, I have both my children. So my TT and I, we when we link up, it don't matter. We gonna go shopping. We gonna go everywhere around the world. So it was Black Friday, and when my auntie called, like, listen, it was I think it was everybody was trying to get TVs. So we went and we shopped. We went I don't know how many different stores we went, but we were out to. I didn't get back home to 4 a.m. and my husband was at my uncle's house.
I was at a hotel.
Oh, he was at the hotel. Okay, he was. Oh, that's right. He was at the hotel.
So you left like 8.
Yeah, we when I say we was gone, we were gone, baby, and we shopped. Also, it was me, my teacher, and I don't know my sister. It was a bunch of us, and we were out. And I didn't get back until 4 a.m. And my husband hit the fan. I had to. I didn't. I'm like, boy, I'm with my people. Chill out. What is wrong with you? I can see if I was hanging out with my friends or, doing something inappropriate. I just felt like it wasn't inappropriate. I'm with my family. You don't have nothing to worry about. But his main thing was protection. He's responsible for me and our children because he's the head of our home. I had to really learn to understand that it's okay for me to go out and be with my family and hang out to whatever time in the morning. I can do that, but I needed to be considered because I don't think I even called you. I didn't call or nothing. We was just gone. And when you out shopping, times just fly by. No cap. It's a typical Black Friday. Right. But my husband had never, I don't think you ever did anything like that at Black Friday shopping and all that. What? Have you?
Huh?
Have you ever participated in Black Friday shopping?
Yeah.
You have? I don't know.
My way.
See, look at my peculiar man. Is that right? Like he should, oh!
What happened?
Ah! Alicia talking about he should put you on punishment for 8 years. Ah!
Hey boy, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
Ah! Good night, buddy. Yeah, so, talking about child like that. So anyway, I didn't come back till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't understand what he. I'm like, what are you tripping for? You know who I was with? Out there thugging and passed around here losing hair. You ain't right.
So yeah, go ahead. So it wasn't about just now. For one, as Marquita said, this is a scenario. This has happened 90,000 times because that's the culture when she gets with her family.
I ain't come in no 4 in the morning, no
I'm not
90,000
talking
times.
about just 4 in the morning. I'm
That's
not
true.
talking about
That's true.
time.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about a specific coming in. I'm talking about
Mhm.
when you're with your family,
I
there's
just
no disregard of time or anybody else that exists because you're with them and you're just enjoying them and you're taking them in because we don't live there,
right.
which is perfectly fine. It is now after 15 or
Right.
16 and a half years, but there was no conversation about that.
Mhm.
And then I had to grow there in that area too because it's like it's you and I.
Mhm.
And when we come down here, it's still you and I. But
Right.
I had to learn that when we go there, it's no longer us. It's her and them. And that's why sometimes I don't even go because it's and I had to learn that for a while because it's like you'll get gone.
Yeah, because looks like I'm making up for lost time.
So the same stuff y'all talking about how she was sitting in the car when we go down there now and she just gets gone and she's there or I'm there with her
And we
and
just.
we came over here to go and grab a pie
Mhm.
and go back to whatever we were doing.
Mhm.
And going grabbing the pie is now that takes 10 minutes. Hey, I came to pick up the pie you called me about is now 3 hours. That takes 10 minutes. Is that wrong? No. But there is, I had to learn that after a while because she just forgets that all consideration goes out the window. So I've had to learn to just do my own thing.
I was gonna say you just really just learn the city because he just would say, "Okay, I'll be back. Go ahead, no, go ahead, go ahead." Because we used to get into arguments. I'm like, and I'm taking it as, nigga, you don't want me to be around my family. What the heck wrong with you? And he like, no, it's not that, Marquis. I want you to realize I'm here too. Your children here too, and you gotta understand that. But I was not hearing it. I'm like, yeah, y'all here, y'all here with me. What's the problem? But I was totally disregarding. They'll be hungry. Like, Mama, can we please go get something to eat? And I'm like, there's food in there. Or yeah, let's go ahead. Y'all go get something to eat because I just want to sit here and soak up whatever. We can sit there and be watching TV, we can be laughing, talking. When I get to my grandma's house, I'm like, I'm stationed. I'm
Not just
like,
her grandma house,
anybody
anywhere.
house?
Yeah, get around any of them. And
Oh,
my growth is just oh, really.
ah,
So my
yeah, that's what I
my
talk
growth
about.
was just like, because I understand it, but it was still quite, and it was still quite very off balance and
Mhm.
it was inconsiderate and it was a disregard and I fussed and got aggravated and irritated to now I expect it and so and we've talked about it.
Yes.
Communication is key.
Yes.
Communication is key. Now we've talked about it because before there was no conversation, you just did it and
Mhm.
so it was on purpose,
Mhm.
like you would I
And
took
it's
it personal.
yeah, I was like, he took it personally, like, you know I'm with you. You just gonna do this and you're gonna do that. And I'm like, no, no, no. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. We came here, so we're gonna be here. And if
Right.
we go there, we're gonna be there. But
And then
I really had to
I'm
grow.
always the bad person. Like Cedric
Right.
says, yep, I drive my own car to Orlando and do my
Mhm.
own thing. I get tired of them.
Nickelodeons.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? With I forgot what I was going to say. Here, come on, go ahead.
Bring it back to him, Lord. So with me, I just
Oh,
um
I became the villain. I became the bad person
mm,
because, for one, especially when it's time to go. Like
oh
we said
God.
before we got here, we're going to leave at Friday at 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
And then we said that last night. We're gonna
Mhm.
leave tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
When 7:30 come around or 7 o'clock come around, all right. So we're gonna leave at 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
And now I'm the meanest thing in the world. I'm getting on your nerves. I'm irritating you, and blah 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 squazy. And then we don't leave until Sunday at 4.
Because
Or I
I'm here.
leave and leave her there.
I mean, I'm here in Jacksonville, which is what, 4 hours
No,
and
no, no.
34
Don't give
minutes
it a
away.
no excuse.
Four
Let's
hours
talk
and
about
34
your
minutes
growth.
away. And
or
I
your
was
need
used
to
to,
grow.
yeah, whatever. I was
Blah blah.
used,
I ain't even let you talk no more.
I was used to being with my family every day, all day long. I was used to that. Even when I went out to college, almost every weekend I was going back home because I needed to be around my family. I had real bad separation anxiety. Even when I got with him, I had separation anxiety. When you would leave to go, you have
And
to go
now the
preach
two
somewhere.
become one, and you leave your mother and your father, and you cleave to your husband.
You start, that ain't what they said. They were talking to the husband, cleave to your wife.
Well, I won't be.
So you could come with us.
Nope. Go ahead, finish what you're trying to say.
He can go cleave to us. What? And it all goes out the window. When this ever goes gets around that family. Damn it. Hold on, now you can talk with my friend like that. That's not what's gonna happen.
And see,
So,
wait. So here's the other thing about that. There's a culture there. And
hmm
it's expected of me to not judge the culture, but just fit in with whatever their culture
right,
is. And that's what should be the same thing with my beautiful, peculiar family. That there is a culture there, and it's not to judge it, but it is to try and fit in if you're going to be around it. So I told y'all last week the reason why I get along so well with my in-laws, I think, is that I'm not around them that much, we don't live there, and so I don't have to really. Deal with the culture all the time because I'm not there. So it's easier, to be quite honest with you, for me to deal with it because I'm there and not there.
So aside from these situations, how is it for you when you're there?
We're talking about you,
Oh, share.
not me.
Share.
Go
Arika
ahead.
said she'd be ready to go after 15 minutes. After a good 15 minutes.
Right. Go ahead. As you do.
I was saying I can feel you, Arika.
As you do with my family. But you want me
Yeah.
to sit there 9 hours with yours.
Do you have any issues
Yeah.
with my family?
I have issues with me having to be there prolonged time when I'm ready to go.
And then I'm like, okay, go ahead, you can go. So I'm glad. Oh, here comes Jeremiah. I'm glad that
Which
like
say?
he's learned the city.
A universal game for husbands. Have your
Your
own
own
plans
plans
when
when
your
your wife
wife is
is
with her
her
people.
people.
You're welcome. Thank you. Wait, what did I say? What up,
Hi,
Kevin?
Kevin. Glad you could join us.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
no,
wait a minute,
it's not.
but that's I think that's so one-sided because we need to have our plans when we're with her, but when
Oh.
they're with us, it's like we're supposed to be considerate
Mm.
to not be there too long. Considerate, whatever the case may be.
Well, I can't speak for everybody. But for me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be made uncomfortable in a little bit. So I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm going to be uncomfortable,
What makes
or
you
I'm
think?
going to go in feeling uncomfortable. Like, okay, I already know I'm going to be here for X amount of time, and Jai, or we just come and do whatever. And I say, okay, Jai, I'm starting to feel a little. I want to go ahead and go. And that could be me. I'm going to be honest. I still have growing to do in this area.
That's
Um,
because what she said. Oh, I'm sorry. What did
I have
Jessica
a
say?
lot of growing to do in this area.
Oh, that's because she don't feel comfortable.
Who said that?
Jessica.
That's right.
What did Joshua say?
Joshua said, you never set a time. Siblings have no regard for time. Basically, if you show up, prepare to stay until the sun rises.
Exactly. But this is
That's
not
how it
just for
is.
siblings. This is anybody in
It's
Fort Lauderdale.
anybody. It's all my family. And we get together. Like, we all get the
No,
siblings,
no. It's
cousins,
anybody in Fort
auntie,
Lauderdale. Not
no,
just her
not
family.
everybody.
It could be the church people. It could
They
be
they like
it
family.
could
They
be the
come over.
neighborhood people. It could be somebody that was doing the school with you.
If it's the
It just
neighborhood
go
people, they in
on
town too.
and on
I don't see
and
them.
on.
I even said, look, I don't want to be around all day, but as soon as we get to Mama house, I make sure we all stuck. Saturday. My mama gonna make sure we eat. Ah!
But go
That's
ahead, girl.
right, girl. So what was I saying, child?
You said something about this double standard that you keep trying to.
What
It's
understand
right.
it?
Double standard that it's okay. I guess you said that you feel uncomfortable.
Right. If I start to
So
feel
it's okay.
uncomfortable, then I'm
It's
like,
okay
okay, I'm ready to go.
because
Just
it's
like when
okay.
you're
Double
when
standard.
you're starting to feel uncomfortable or you want to leave, you get in your car and you go. And you be out. And it don't now you don't have attitude when you leave.
But here's the thing though. If my wife is uncomfortable, not only does she want to leave, but she want all us gone.
No, you can stay. Me and my children gonna go.
But why you gotta take my children?
Because I gotta be protective.
They involved in them children?
I don't know that.
Come here, babies. Come on, babies. They involved in
I asked you,
children.
do you want to stay or do you want to go?
See how she do all that? You
You
don't do
want to
all
go?
that. You can just go.
Hey,
Us ain't
I'm getting
mad.
ready to go.
Kill your
Kill your
side.
side.
What time is
No.
it? Make
Okay.
sure we don't.
Oh, we
We
got
ain't put
10
no. Okay,
minutes.
we
We
good. We
good.
good. We good.
So, yeah, I would do that. I would do that. Okay. No, and it, being transparent, I hadn't been around um my husband's family activities or anything in a while, just because I didn't want to, and I would tell her, no, I just didn't feel like having to be an adult and having to grow.
Well, hold on. Look at one of them long, drawn out friends you got. Ashley Bryce.
Friend, what's up, girl? What she said?
Why is this not moving? Oh, there you go.
Oh, there it is. It's a lot. What is it? She just came on.
Yeah. What's up, Ashley?
Ashley, you know, we've been friends since in the womb. You already know, girl. You know. So yeah.
What's this
No,
last
no,
thing you got
no.
on your card?
Ride, ride the bike. I can't deal with Cedric. Who for the ride the
I
bike?
got it. I got it.
Thank you. I ride the bike. It depends on the weather. That was about Black Friday, child. These are my little talking points because I had to remember all this stuff.
So,
We talked about the
are you?
culture and all that. Yeah. So no, what
Go
we
ahead.
talking about? Double standard. We talked. We already talked about the culture.
So you done?
Yeah, I think so. Unless somebody says something else.
Wait, what do you
That's
say?
it.
I'm waiting on what?
I'm waiting to get around my in-laws events. I know it will be something. Kevin, you gonna enjoy
I
yourself.
don't understand how they don't
Embrace
embrace
you
you. You are bubbly and loving
unless you
unless
see a
I see
different
a
side.
different side.
Hmm.
So talk about that.
Um. I mean, what? I'm with you, Jasmine. I don't see how you can't embrace me. Well,
It's
like
and
I
it's,
said
and it's not that they
earlier,
don't embrace you. It's just that my family is we're peculiar people. You are in my family. Our in-laws are a um a viewer, or what's the person that sits in the seat?
seat filler.
Not a seat filler, but a consumer to the
Hmm.
show or something like that.
A spectator.
Yeah, we have a show, and there are stars of our show.
Hmm.
The in-laws are not one of the stars. Hey,
And
cousin.
there we have
What's
it.
up, cousin? Yeah, they are stars to our show, and the in-laws are not. I mean, that's whether that's
I'm
good
just
or
an
bad. It's true.
incubator.
The in-laws are not a star of the show, and are not going to
Look at
be
Dia.
a
Girl,
star
she was solid.
in the show. You can come in and laugh and joke and have fun with us, but you're not gonna be a star. So it's not that we don't embrace you. It's just that right or wrong, they're a place. Like patriarch is patriarch. You know what to say, what not to say. Matriarch is matriarch. You know how to handle that situation. You know those dominant men or those dominant females, and you know how to make dance. According to that culture. And so, right or wrong, our in-laws are not the main attraction. It's a whole lot of us. You know what I
So
mean?
she would never be one of you all. Always a wife. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And
But now, when it comes to the big picture, we protect the whole big picture against anybody else.
hmm
Our family protects the whole big picture against everybody else.
hmm this is Erica. In our family, if you side into a star role, if you slide into a star role, then we love you even more. Okay, because he the minister. You see how they just threw me to the minister? Yeah, that's what that is.
What?
Like she's saying, if in our family, everybody's just everybody. But if you become a star, oh, that's the preacher. Jar, what you gonna do? A preacher? They don't even call him Jar. They call him preacher. So you become, I guess, a brighter star.
I don't know about that. So, are you saying that had
What
I
that little
not
baby mean?
had I not been
Get
a preacher, I'd be treated like all angels' boyfriends, next boyfriends?
no, we ain't like none of them. We like the new one. She didn't like none of them. She
All right,
likes the
wait,
new
say
one.
wait. So what
So
if they
wait, so if they treat you like that, how they treat the kids?
now, those are real Williamses.
They carry his last name. They have his blood. Um,
I'm not sure. So in my opinion, my family doesn't treat her any less. It's just you're
it's just
just
not the same. It's not equal because I'm not.
it's not about equal or less. It's just you're for one, you don't come around that often, and you're still you're not the sister or the brother, or you're not the son or uh uh the daughter. And
You're
so
not blood.
I don't know. I mean, so I don't know, but I do know that my family doesn't treat any of them
Yeah.
like fucking down here. It's not that. It's just that, just not whatever.
Marquita said, "Did you say real Williams?
Let's move on.
Tell your truth." Marquita,
Now I'm joking.
did you
Yeah,
say?
yeah. But
Yeah.
it's I mean that's the case. You know what I mean? It is. My family is just
In
a
my
very
opinion,
loving, peculiar family, and I'm the same way. To be quite honest with you.
um, I would to the answer to that question, I would say, we mm, they
What he
love
say?
them.
Doggone, we don't know you. He said,
I
I'm a
believe
Williams
it
too.
too.
That's right, baby. Straight been Williams.
Yeah, that's
What's
right.
that?
The kids have her blood too, so it's half half.
No, they got mine.
Whatever. So anyway, I would say,
My kids are not Browns. My children
I
are
just let him
Williamses.
go ahead and proclaim that,
Anyway, go
but
ahead.
we know the truth.
To be that they are Browns.
We know the truth.
Jesus was Jesus because he had Joseph's lineage, not Mary's.
Mary was the one that carried him
And we thank her.
because he's half hers.
Okay.
Big cap. Yes. So the kids they are I don't know.
She
I
said
would
they are
have to.
Browns and Williams. No, they're not.
Hmm.
They are Williams, and they've been around the Browns long enough to they pick up some stuff, but they're Williamses. You don't like that?
Now that's
You don't
true
like
because
that?
if child, I don't know what
I
you
said
just
you don't like
said.
that?
I didn't even listen to everything you just said. You just sound Charlie Brown. Because if you
Oh, really? I'm
get
Charlie
in
Brown now?
good with Jared, you gotta make it in the kingdom.
Come
Ah!
on now.
Who cared if I was? Right.
And
Yeah, Charlie.
and we thank her for that.
No. Well, do the kids go around more than me? What do you think? It's about the same. Pastor ain't gonna let up. Y'all heard him. No, they don't. Not as much. I think I don't even know. I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, they probably go around more than you now, because they go with me.
Oh yeah, if he go, yeah, they go. Um, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, like, do the children get treated the same? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean,
That's what they was
what you
asking.
mean? Do they get treated like? Well, I think you painted a picture. They treat you less than. They don't.
Have I painted that picture, guys? I may have. Go
Yeah, they
ahead.
don't treat you less than. The children are loved and adored.
There we have it. That's the same comment.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, uh, so dreaded in-laws. Now, this is our story. This has been our
our
experiences,
adventure.
our adventures.
Mhm.
We love both our families,
Mhm.
and we have grown
Yep.
in this endeavor of learning the dance of dealing with or loving in-laws.
Yes.
Um, and so that's what I see. See, you painted pictures
So
that
why can't
my
the
folk
mama
don't
get
love
the
you.
same? Oh
See, you
no.
painted a picture.
Well, they love me.
You looking at me for
Mm.
validation?
You the real Williams, then you better speak on it. What did Cedric say with his crazy self? Hmm. I ran into Pop one time and said, "Hey, I know your son." He said, "Okay," and kept moving. I just said, "Yep, that's Jar."
For one, he
Oh, that
got
Jar's daddy.
for one he got 6 sons, so he probably know who you talking about.
It did say to find out which one.
It didn't say to find out
Okay.
which one. All right. Keep it moving. You ain't that excited, I'm sure.
Ah, Shannon so like, yep. He probably just standing there like, okay, nice conversation. Yeah. So that's it, guys. This topic should definitely be. We don't. This is part two.
Enough.
Lord Jesus. What my brother on here? Our brother said, "Let it go." He said, "Let it alone."
But see, but this is now y'all need to have your conversations with your own families,
Yeah.
with your own companions. So here's what we will leave them with: that when you decide to get with somebody else, of course, their family comes along with them, right? And you need to, for one, you cannot force their family to be a certain way,
Mhm.
or enough has been said, as Jeremiah said,
That, that's
right?
our brother.
So their family is a certain way, your family is a certain way.
Mhm.
It may not be the ideal, perfect, situation that you've always dreamed of when it comes to in-laws, and that is okay. And you
Woo.
have to learn love because they may love you like my family, different than what you expected them to love, and her family loves me different than what I expected them to love me. Uh, but you got to learn, how to embrace their level of love. Now there are some families where it is no love. I mean, and it is very, very bad. And you have to figure out how to contend with that too. Go ahead.
Joshua says, so how do you do Thanksgiving and Christmas? Whose house do you go to? Well, for Thanksgiving
So let
we
me say this
always.
first. Marquita and I decided when we got married
Mhm.
that we will always have our own
Mhm.
uh, traditions,
Mhm.
and we will make the decisions for our family. Period. No matter what is happening, what is going on, we're gonna make decisions for our family. So go ahead.
Mhm. So we decided for Thanksgiving we're gonna go down to Fort Lauderdale. For one,
Which is her family.
yeah, with my family because one, my birthday is always just a few days before Thanksgiving, and that's a gift that I love. I just want to be around my family because I'm here most of the year. Even though I could just drive down there, but I'm here, stationed here most of the year. And then Christmas, we decided we'll be here in Jacksonville, excuse me, and we were trying to pretty much start our own
To be around my
traditions
family.
um here in Jacksonville with our family, but also make sure we incorporate uh, my husband's family as well.
Because there's a Christmas tradition
Hmm.
that my mother does and has been doing since all of us has been out the house.
Oh
Or
yeah,
any one of us has been out the house.
yeah.
First one of us was out the house. She started a tradition, and it's a tradition where
Hmm.
my mother is Santa Claus on Christmas morning, where she
Yeah.
goes to everybody's house 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. She go one house to the next house, and my mother, wakes the grands up. We don't. None of the parents do. My mother comes in, and we wait to wake them up until my mother gets there,
Hmm.
and it's a whole thing.
It's a whole
And they
event.
love it.
It is. It's a whole event.
So to answer that question, Thanksgiving is
Uh,
down with Marquita's family.
Yeah.
Christmas is
Tell
with
them
my
about that
family.
though, because somebody may want to do that.
Huh?
I said, tell them about it, because somebody may want to do that. That's all.
We over time, Marquita.
No, just give them a little snippet.
What about what?
Christmas tradition.
So the Christmas tradition is my mother. She gets in the car with one of us, sons or whatever, or maybe one of the grands, and somebody drives her to each family's house,
Hmm. Each
and
one of her children's
each
house.
one of her
Yeah.
children's house,
Hmm.
and we wait to wake them up until she gets there. Really, we don't wake them up. My mother goes and wakes her own grands up and
Hmm.
scream, holler, yell,
Hey, we
and
call this Christmas.
yeah.
Let's get up.
And then we got, we got cocoa and stuff,
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
drink. And my mother is there with them to open up all the presents.
Hmm.
And then she goes to the next house and does the same thing. We started off, I think, very, very early on, where we would have all of the grands, all of the children, all the siblings would bring all their children's uh, Christmas
Hmm.
stuff at
Hmm.
my mom's house. But of course, we all kept having children. It kept getting bigger and bigger. And then, every now and then people get in their own selfish individuality. Well, I want my kids to open their stuff at their house. So, or it may have been because it was too big to bring over there. So anyway, it changed to where my mom goes to each of her children's homes and
Hmm.
open
And then sometimes she collects like people from each house, and they'll go.
Right.
Like some of the
Right.
grannies will go
So
like,
once
I
she
want to go, I want to go,
right.
and they get, and everybody go to wherever. Then the last house,
Right.
it's like, okay, y'all come get these children.
Right. So once my mom goes to one house, they love grandma or Nana. He's
Yeah,
not
they
called
call it
grandma,
Nana.
called Nana.
Hmm.
And then they always just go with her. Then she goes to the next house, and then they all jump in the car, and they all either now it's a whole motorcade of people following.
Go to bed. Oh, what you need? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, so I can't yell at my son, but you can yell at my daughter.
I didn't know that was my baby. I don't know who it was. I just said go to bed. Hey, my baby. They don't understand. I didn't know who it was.
All right. Good night, y'all. So listen, wait before y'all go. Share this, share this,
Put it on the counter.
share this, share it, please. Um, if you think somebody can be helped with it, share it. Also, make sure you run over to YouTube. Make sure you run over to YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, How to
Yes.
Make Love Work, on YouTube, and watch the episodes. Episodes of a few couples who've
Telling
been
their
through our
love
counseling.
story. Mm-hmm.
They've been through our counseling, and they're telling us their love journey and their counseling journey.
Experience.
And
Yeah.
I tell you, it is something to look at. It is grab the popcorn
Mm-hmm.
and whatever your beverage is, and sit and watch them share their stories. It is
Mm-hmm.
very, very
It's
inspiring.
inspiring.
It's
Mm-hmm.
encouraging and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. Once again, if you want to sit and have counseling with us,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to sit and have counseling with us, then email us.
Yes.
Email us at htmlw at 10106.com. We'll put that in the comments.
Yeah.
htmlw at 10106.com, or
Let me
just
type it
put
in there.
your just inbox us,
That'll be better. Mm-hmm.
inbox us, and put your email in the inbox. Say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we want counseling, and we will send you the information. It is not a free service. It does cost because it's not about money, but it's about you being able to and willing to invest in your own relationship, invest in your own future.
And you just know that's just I mean that's just a learned given that if you invest in something you take it more seriously because you're not gonna let your money go to waste. So yeah.
All right, Josh, I'll wait for the text. All right, y'all. Love y'all. So glad y'all came, especially those who came on. Hey, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Gail.
Hi.
That's Carissa's.
Godmama.
No, that's Carissa's god sister.
That's what's up.
Thank y'all for coming on, especially y'all who came on for the very first time. I'll share this, and we'll see y'all later. Kiss.
Mm.
Mwah. All right, guys.
Good night. Get
See,
bye.
she
See
won't.
you then.